あ、19時15分か。ってことは18時45分つけばいいから。まあ、6時、まあ、それでもやっぱり。遅くても6時10分か。
ここから羽田ってどれぐらいで行けるんですか
？30分、うまく乗り継ぎができれば多分30分。モノレールが多分20分ちょっとでしょ。
モノレールで行かない。
ここから浜松町まではすぐに行くから、多分時間かかるのは、お店から駅まで。
そうですね。
何時の飛行機だって？
7時15分です。だからまあ6時ぐらいまではまあ少なくて。
マック買ったの？
マック買いました。もう会社の出張用パソコンがもう、あまりにいろいろ制約多すぎて、もうめんどくさいんで、もう借りないことにして。この赤の枠内が、
いや、関係ない。録画してるよって。もう録画してる。なんかね、あれが出ないんだよな、映像が。顔の写真が。早く
そのミニ DVI じゃなくなったんですね。
違うか。
違う。笹部君のあれ、電源ケーブルつながってるじゃないですか。それだけなんですよ。電源供給も、何もかも全部含めてこの1個で。
また変えちゃうんですよ。しょっちゅう変えんだよね、あの人たちね。ケーブル使えない。
これでいいんですか？
映ってる。
これ、プレゼンテーションモードにしたらダメなんでしたっけ？
しちゃうと今度は高橋が見れない。
ああ、だからこれで、
そのまんまで説明する。この上を拡大してこれを
応答しないと。応答してください。あ、切る。高橋さん、今日はどこからベトナム？
じゃないですか。
あ、そうか、ベトナムだよね。あっちが家だもんな。
おはようございます。
おはよう。
おはようございます。
俺間違えたかな？お前顔見えないけど。
下の方になんか、この辺になんか出てますね。
そうかな。あれ？俺間違えたかな、高橋。
あ、じゃあかけ直します。
いや、ちょっとかけ直して。
はい。
受け方があるんですか？プロジェクターの位置が微妙になってる。
あ、動いてる。動いてるから、下の箱が動いてるから、箱を動かして、動かした。
これ、後ろにあるのひょっとしてハードディスクですか？
そう。
危な。そういうちょっと違う。
あ、どうですか？
まだ、いや、まだちょっと待って。お前どこにいるの？ハノイ？
ハノイです。
なんか電波がやっぱり良くないから映像が出ないんだよ。
あれ、なんかビデオのマークが出ないですね。
ああ、そうそう。だから、なんか出ない。もうちょっと待って。なんか、遠い。
なんだ
足を一個落として。
まだやってる、動いてるんで。高橋、ちょっと待ってね。なんか、受信中なの。
ウェブカメラを使いの場合は接続される。
ということは見えないんだよ
コンピューターの別にスカイプ。
な。ホテルでやってるのが。
はい。あ、ホテルです。
まあ、ホテルの環境がちょっと良くないかもしれない。
ウェブカメラ。
こういう名刺の人困るよね。読めないよね。
飾り文字みたいな。
そう。
佐々木君、それなんかフィルムかなんか貼ってる画面。
まだ貼ってないんですよね。
まだって言ってもう買って1年経っとるやろ。
いや、これ買ったばっかなんですよ。あ、どうですか？
それ。うん。
まだ僕は買ったばっかりです。これ。
新しいのが出る直前に買っちゃったってこと？
そういうことです。
ああ。
知らなかったんですね。
新しいの出たの今。
まあ、大体6月、いつやったっけ ?6 月の頭に新製品発表があるんね。
そうですね。で僕ちょうど7月の頭ぐらいに買っちゃいましたね。
ああ、じゃあもう出てたけど、商品がまだ
出てましたっけその時。
7月でしょ？僕買った、今月やん。今月買ったん？
あ、じゃあこれ。いや、じゃあ、違う6月か。6月。
ああ、じゃあちょっとまだ出てない可能性があるね。
新しいやつ何が違うの？
画面が、あれ、レティナになったのは、あれだったっけ？新しいやつからか
多分そうですね。
な。画面の
値段上がったんですよ。
値段がね、2万円ぐらい。
高橋、まだダメだね。これね、モバイルって書いてあるけど、このモバイルこれどっか違う？あ、カンボジアの番号だ、これ。こいつ、電話番号カンボジアの。
元クメールルージュとか書いてあったりするじゃないですか。
カンボジアで作った名刺で、だから、だからね、ダメなんだよ。こいつ。
CPU の性能がちょっとだけ上がってんのかな。まあ、いつも。
高橋、ダメだな、これ。映像出ない、どうする？
あ、でも、うんのさんの方見えてます。
見えてんの？それじゃあ、
はい
俺のところにさ、Facebook なんか今日のやつアップしてあるから、もし見えなかったらさ、
はい。
じゃあこれで見えてる？俺の方。
はい、見えてます。
じゃあ君の顔見えないだけなんだ。OK、じゃあいいや。で、これモードで今始めるからね。新しいパソコンどうなの？
新しいやつ？いいですよ。とりあえず今回はもう文章作るのに特化した格好で買ったので、まあ、ちっちゃいですよね。まあ、佐々部君と一緒です。そしたら、あれこれか。よいしょ。違う。ちょっと待って。
ですね、スピーカーオブハウス、ショーン・スパイサー、リザインって書いてあります。
何それ？いや、今日、そうだから、そうだ、パソコン見てる。
ショーン・スパイサー、人員って書いてあります。
そっちで見えてる画面ですか？
違います。ニュース。
ニュース。はいはいはい。
スピーカーオブハウスです。
はいはいはい。トランプ政権の。
トランプ政権どうした
うん。
あれ、やばいよね、高橋。
ショーン・スパイサーってなんていうんですかね。スピーカーオブハウスって報道官ですかね。
やめるってことはさ、
官房長官。
トランプのやってることにさ、彼はさ、反対してやめるんでしょね。
そうでしょうね。なんか、ずっと、なんかこう何かを噛み殺したような話をずっとしてましたけど、いよいよダメだったってことですね。
ね、トランプもうダメだよね、もうそろそろ。
誰がっていう話です。じゃあ、よろしいですかね。はい。Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Today is the fourth time of the Nakae Toju's lecture. And let's look at the questions from Uno-san. Question. Question. あれ消しちゃったかな？消しちゃったか？消しちゃったのか。これですね。Still we had several questions which I did not explain. And so today I'm going to explain about the very last question, which is the question about the education for women during the Edo era. And I tried to prepare the presentation all throughout the Edo era, but still the volume of the content will considerable amount of the information which I have to put into the presentation. So eventually I did not have enough time. So I would like to split the education for women explanation into the three categories in the aspect of the time frame. So going back to the chart, which I always show you. This one is the deterioration of the moral or human nature of the Japanese, which I showed you frequently. And the focus of the explanation is at the end of the Edo era, this portion. But I created the additional chart based on this chart. So based on this chart, so I here is the Edo era, and based on my understanding of the education in the Edo era, I think the phase will be split into three phases. First phase will start at the very beginning of the Edo era, which may be 1603. And the second phase will be separated from the first phases by the Genroku period, which was from 1688 to 1704. Because the Genroku period was one of the most gorgeous and matured the period during the Edo era. After the bloody period uh, at the beginning of the Edo era. So during this period, we had so many arts or writings or any kinds of the cultural the stuffs. So that stands for the society of Japan or Edo hit the peak of its matured just after the bloody period. So I think this Genroku period will be one of the milestones to split the Edo era into the three phases. And still about 100 years after the Genroku, we have another milestone here. This is the Kansei reforms by the Matsudaira Sadanobu, which started on 1787 to 1793. So after the Kansei, after the Genroku period, the people in Edo enjoyed their very, very peaceful life about 100 years. But during this peaceful period, the society, the moral of the society deteriorated. And also, there is one big natural disaster before the Kansei reforms. That was the Tenmei's, what can I say? Tenmei no Daikikin. So the
Where?
Tenmei Daikikin is about 70, 80 something before the Kansei reforms. So because of the natural disasters, not only hit the Japan but also that hit the every countries all over this globe. So if we think about the situation in Europe, there is one of the big events in France. That was the revolution of the France. That was 1789. Because one of the trigger was also that natural disaster. So that not only Japan but also that natural disaster triggers many kinds of the civilian activities at that moment. So going back to the history of Japan, just after the peaceful 100 peaceful period, the people so much suffered about everything, not only the food but also the structure of the society and the government, any kind of the issues came out. So Matsudaira Sadanobu started the Kansei reforms, and this one is also the one of the big milestone in the aspect of the education, because during the Kansei reforms, the Matsudaira Sadanobu recommended to emphasize on the education. So yeah, of course, the Terakoya or the Tenarai was already started at the beginning or before the Edo era, but this period, the numbers numbers of the Terakoya or the Tenarai increased drastically. So I think this period is a second milestone. So and also the last phase was the after the Kansei's reform to the rebellion, Meiji Restoration. And going back to the story of the education, so along with these three phases in the Edo era, today I again going to explain about the Nakai Toju, but especially in the aspect of the women's educations, because Toju was also the person who most the importance on the women's education, and he wrote the textbook for the women's educations. So I think the first 100, about 100 period of the Edo era might be the based on the Nakai Toju's the idea of the women's education might be the majority of the women's education in the Edo era. But after the Genroku period, we had another great person, Kaibara Ekken, who published another education for the women. The name of the book was the Wazok Dojiku. In this book, there is one chapter which was dedicated for the women's educations, and after that, someone extracted only that part from this book, and that was published as Onna Daigak. And the most oldest book which remained right now was published on the 1726. So after the 1726 or maybe 1710, remaining two phases, middle phase and the last phase, will be mostly occupied by or dominated by the idea of his teachings about the women's education for the women. So today I focus on the Nakai Toju's the women's education, and next time I would like to move to the Kaibara Ekken and also the Onna Daigaku. So Onna Daigaku is the modified part, extracted part of the Wazoku Dojiku, which was written by the Kaibara Ekken. So this book also included other many parts for the education for the children.
You taught us Nakai Toju very much, but you taught us Nakai Toju very much. But I've never heard about the name of Kaibara Ekken. Also, is he famous?
Yes, very famous. Yeah,
He didn't taught us, right?
Yes, during the Japanese edition of Japanese Priest, I did not mention about so much. Yeah, but he was also one of the very, very the famous Confucianist during the.
You use the keyword Nakai Toju, very keyword. I studied a lot about Kaibara Ekken. Also, he wrote many famous works.
Yeah, there are so many books. One of the very famous book was the Yojo. And most of the kids learn about that name.
For example, his most Nakai Toju's most famous word is patient. Patient, right? Patient. And what is the Kaibara Ekken message?
The fundamental idea of the Kaibara Ekken is very close to the Nakai Toju.
Oh, really?
Maybe the first phase of the Edo era is most the aggressive and drastic period in the aspect of the maturing of the Confucianism education to the ordinary people. And the middle phase, where the Kaiba lived, was one of the saturated or most matured period during the Edo era.
Mm.
And he succeeded the fundamental idea, I think, of the Nakai Tojus. But still,
Which
they,
one is more famous?
Hmm?
Nakai Toju is more famous?
yes, of course.
Oh,
Because he was the very first person who started
you
the
taught me Nakai Toju. I studied Nakai Toju very
Hmm.
much, but I don't study
Hmm.
Kabareke. Do I need to study here?
yes,
Really?
yeah, if you have time, yes.
Mm.
One of the famous book is Yorokun.
Mm.
But yeah, that was the most famous book, which most of the young people learn in school right now. But there are several more books which Kaibara Eiken wrote. Another one is Shogaku, なんだったっけ? I forgot the precise, the correct, accurate name of the book. But that book was dedicated for the beginner learners of the Confucianism.
Mm.
And yeah, that was also a very, very nice book. And also he wrote this book, Wazoku Dojikun. This book is especially dedicated for the kid educations.
Mm.
Okay. So,
Did you read something, the content about human education, some sort of material before?
yeah, this time I'm gonna explain about Nakai Toju's Kagamigusa.
Mm.
Yeah.
What
So,
is he talking for? What kind of objective to give them education? What kind of, like, righteousness or something?
yeah, okay. Let me explain.
At Edo era, the people are
Mm.
much more emphasized on teaching women, or emphasized on education for women.
Yeah, I think so.
Like
Based on my understanding, the current the school teaches the young people that the feudal period.
okay, my question is
Yes.
very simple. Woman is inferior than men at
Mm.
this era. Like even women get voting stick until 1930,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
So it means they look they don't have human rights.
Mm.
This is all over the world, it seems.
Mm.
But at the era, how do they think about that?
I think we have to revisit the situation of the women in the era in the aspect of education. I think that was my the feelings after I've read this book, because yeah, of course, the women did not have a right to join the to say something about the societies, and um, based, but still the basic idea of the Nakai Toju.
Like for example, in China,
Mm.
at Confucius era 2,500 years ago,
Mm.
woman is not the target for the love or something like that. They always woman buy the money. Right?
Yeah.
So the era the Confucius written down.
Mm.
So this is Nakai Toju is very much influenced by Confucius. At
Mm.
that time, his basic thought is
Mm.
woman is not considered as a man.
Yes, his understanding was almost the same. I mean, the man and the woman is different, and
Or they are
still
looking for women look at dog and cat.
no.
No,
That was a different part. Uh,
like am I talking about okay cat?
Mm.
So you take care of cat, take care of dog. A woman is more variable since something. No, it's they restricted by human being.
yes.
Really?
So that was, I think, one of the advantage of our teachings during the Edo era.
This
And
is completely different from Confucius.
uh, it is the difference of the interpretations of the word of the Confucius. And that was always the key portion of my explanations. So even if we read the same words of the Confucius, but
Okay, what I wanted to know is what the difference between Chinese Confucius and Japanese
Mm.
spirits, Japanese spirits of Japan. It's different. The Japanese Confucius, they might be changed from Chinese one, right? And maybe one of the issues might be what the difference I wanted to know.
what the difference between
Like
China and
Gorin Gojo is a woman handling very different, right?
Oh, yeah. So the chart which I showed you is the chart which I showed you last time, and I a little bit modified this chart to adapt the idea. No, not this one. Yeah, this one. So so center, the square box of the center is me, but if me is wife, in the case of wife, the relationship with other people is slightly different. But still, the framework is the same. So, for example, if I were wife, I am wife here. So the relationship with mother or parents is insisted. Okay, so especially focus on the relationship with mother-in-law, not all the parents, because still at this moment, the woman, if woman get married, that means the women have to be dutiful um, to the husband parents, not to their own the parents.
And they don't have fidelity.
So once the women get married, he she has to practice their filial piety to the husband parents, not wife's parents.
Yeah.
Filiality or filial piety. So if the me is husband, the relationship includes not all the parents, but but even in the case of the husband, the relationship with parents means his parents, the husband's father and husband's mother. But especially in the case of the wife, the Toju especially focus on the relationship with mother-in-law. Mother-in-law means husband's mother. And he did not mention about the father-in-law. Because in most of the case, the issues happens between the mother-in-law and the wife. So that in his book about the woman education, the Kagami-gusa, he wrote about the relationship, focused on the relationship between the mother-in-law and the wife. If we pick up the relationship with this portion. And also the relationship with children. In the case of this relationship, if me is wife, told you focus on the relationship with the mother or wife and stepchild. Because the most of the case the issues happens if in relation with the stepchild. And in the same manner, looking at the relationship with the brothers or elder brothers or elder sisters. In the case of the wife, he told you focused on the relationship with elder brother's wife and younger brother's wife. So that the slightly the target was the focus on some specific persons. And of course, relationship with husband, of course, relationship with husband. And also, additional relationship added in this chart. That is the relationship with retainers or servant, which was not appeared in the chart of in the case of a generic chart, which or the original version of this part. So this portion, the wife relationship between the wife and the retainer or servants, and also husband family also, and also the last added the relationship with other man. So this relationship was not appeared in the original version. So in the case, especially in the case of the wife, the relationship between the wife and other man also caused so many issues. So that the Kagami-gusa talk about those red letters, the relationship with these red letters persons. And each the chapters, or in my presentation, I called the categories. Each categories are dedicated for each relationship. Is this okay? Okay. Once again, going back to the original one. Original one is this one, and updated one, especially for the woman, is this one. So on the other hand, in the case of the husband or the man, the relationship between the rulers or masters or ministers are also important. But in the case of the wife, he did not mention anything about the relationship with the rulers or ministers, or of course, between the wife or the friends. So going back to the outline of the Kagami-gusa. So Kagami-gusa was a book for woman education written by Nakai Toju, and in the Nakai Toju Zenshu, there are several letters which we can know about the background of the reason why the Nakai Toju wrote this book. And one of the letters was written in 1648, written to his friend Ikedashi, and Toju wrote that the disciple brought out notes named Okina Mondo, which I explained last time, to the printer or publisher, the Toji found it and broke good prints. Because at this moment, Nakai Toju did not allowed to publish his note about the Okinamondo. But for the compensation of this broke, he allowed the publisher to publish some notes which was extracted from Tekikitsu Roku, which was the Chinese book wrote about the what can you say, example story of the people's life who did what kind of good things or bad things. And he extracted some of the chapters which are related with women dedications, and he allowed the publisher to publish this note for the compensation for the break of the wood print of the Okinamondo. And looking at the relationship of the year of the publication of these books, Okinamondo was published in his age was 33, while the Kagamigusa published was no completed. Yes. The Toji was 36 or 37. And the age means the most very important about because his understanding about the Confucianism gradually changes from the very early stages to the before he passed away. And there are some researchers say the age of the 33 of the Nakai Toju was in the third phase of his learnings. And this period, he started learn about the Wanyami school's ideas. So that in the Okinamondo, his opinion in the Okinamondo was so strongly affected by the Wanyami school. And also, even he accused about the Buddhism in this book. But the Kagamigusa, which Nakai Toju wrote in his age of the 36 to 7, this was corresponds to the stage 4 of his learning. And in this stage, his learning gradually changes from phase 3 to phase 4. In phase 3 is mostly dedicated to learn about the Wanyami school's idea. So that is maybe one of the reasons why he accused the Buddhism in the Okinamondo.
Amigos are talking about something story, many kind of story for teaching English. Right?
Yes, and Kagamigu-san, of course, are mainly dedicated for the education of the woman. But in this book, he frequently refers the idea of the Buddhism, not only the Confucianism, but also the Buddhism, so that his understandings, it can be said, mature from phase 3 to phase 4.
You read this?
Yes. So that it can be said that the Kagamigu-sa was published during the period when the Toju's understandings were most mature. So, and also, but actually, the Kagami-gusa was published after the 3 or 4 years after he completed the making a note. His age was 40. This means that just before he passed away, the Kagami-gusa
Where
was
is dead? Is dead? What is something?
1648,
How old is he?
41.
What is he dead? 41.
Yes,
Oh my God.
very young. So again, the Kagami-gusa was published just before he passed away. So, and the last sentences in this pages I already explained. In contrast with Okinamondo, it can be seen strong influence of Buddhism in the Kagami-gusa. It was thought that the Toju's learned and matured as aged. The publication was just before the Toju's death. So I think the Kagami-gusa, yeah, of course, that is only dedicated for the women's education, but this Kagami-gusa is one of the most mature idea of the Toju's philosophy.
Mm.
And Kagami-gusa, again, was extraction from Tekikitsuroku, which was published in China. And the original book, Tekikitsuroku, was also dedicated for the virtues, for the ordinary people's the daily
book,
life.
he translated the Chinese book into Japanese.
Yes.
Okay,
Almost the main, the context is the same. But he wrote that book in the Chinese character and hiragana. Maybe because of the women's educations.
Tekikitsuroku is Chinese book.
Yes, there are so many stories in this book, and he extracted about 61 stories from this book. But actually, the 61 story included his summarization and his evaluations, so that the actual story is maybe 3/4, maybe about maybe around 50. 50 stories were extracted from the Tekikitsuroku. And also he categorized those stories into the 8 categories, depending on the relationship with the people. So first, the category is dedicated for this one is the most generic part, and the reward. This category is dedicated for the reward of the purity and unpurities. This very, very generic one. And more specifically, this category is dedicated for the relationship between the wife and the mother-in-law.
I understand.
And category 2 is dedicated for the preserving the chastity. That means to preserving the chastities and betraying the husband. And the third category is dedicated for the jealous, the reward of the not to be jealous and the poison of the jealousy. As is often the case with the woman is one of the most living, what can I say, the people who are always jealous to many things.
下になっちゃった。もうちょっと上になっ
上の方がいいですか？
頭が出ちゃ
後ろに紙を挟んでるんですよ。お尻に。紙をどけてもらえばさ、上がります。紙、畳んで、どける。 And the category 4 is dedicated for how to teach your children. But the one of the important essence of this part is how to teach your stepchild. Not only the real child, but the stepchild. Because most of the case, if the woman eventually have to educate or grown up the stepchild and also her real child, the relationship of them are very very different, difficult. And most of the case, the woman or wife would like to make or put the higher positions to her the real children. So that causes always the issues, always, when we look at the history of China, but not only China but also Japan also. So not to cause such kind of issues, which was caused by the relationship with the real children and also the stepchildren, he severely insisted about how to teach the stepchild children is important. And category 5, the reward of the love and the execrations. This was also the focus on the how to love and affectionate to stepchild. And category 6 is dedicated for the benevolence and the cruelty, especially in the relationship with her family. Not only the previous section are dedicated for the each specific person, like the mother-in-law or the stepchild children, or the dedicated for the nature of the woman, jealousy. But this part is a more generic part for the relationship, about the generic relationship other families members, like the other servants or the parent, the father-in-law, or the elder brother's wife or younger brother's wife, and many more other uh, family members who live together. And the last section is dedicated for the frugality and covetousness. Or in other words, it can be said that the category 8 is dedicated for the general housekeeping the ideas in the aspect of the relationship with the people. So how to cleverly save the money and how to cleverly use the money. This is category 8. So, and the Kaiba-Reiken's Onna Daigaku was also dedicated for the women's teachings, and that teachings consist from about 17 items, but most of them came from these categories ideas. So that we can say the fundamental teachings philosophy for the women was not changed drastically from the teachings of the Tojus to the Reiken. Anyway, today I focus on the Toju's education, and I would like to explain one by one in, in each categories. And okay, the category 1 is again dedicated for the filiality and unfiliality, especially in the relationship with the mother-in-law. And the structure of the each category were almost the same. At the very beginning of the categories, Toju's explain about his philosophy about these topics. And after the general discussion of each categories, he picked up several examples, which was extracted from the Tekikitsuroku. And after that, he put the summarization based on the example from the Tekikitsuroku. That is a very basic structure of this book. And this structure is common to each 8 categories. And the first category is dedicated for the relationship with the mother-in-law. And also this category is the most beginning of Toju's women's education philosophy. So that means the most essential part. And I'm gonna explain one by one. He wrote about his philosophy in the top these categories. First one is once women get married, they should, or wife should consider husband's parents are their own parents. So that
By the way, is this effective now? No.
now, I think the modern society of Japan is slightly changed its organization and already more mature rather than the Edo era. So that still I think we have to modify a little bit because most of the case, even if the women get married, but still they, or not only the wife but also the husband, have to care about the wife's parent also because of the
Wife is there.
in the from the idea of the equality of the man and the woman. But I think the too much focus on the equality of the man and the woman in the case of the
Chinese people very have strong this kind of
yes,
thinking
still yes, yes,
exists.
yes,
All the Japanese women they have.
yes.
Decent young women, maybe they don't have. No.
Yeah, I agree
Because
with
of
you.
education.
Yeah, because especially after the Meiji Restoration, the equality of the right of the men and the women were insisted. And soon after, the equal right of the voting was introduced to the Japanese organization. Equal 男女、equal right of the voting for the election voting. Yes. So that after the Meiji Resolution, Japan tried to import the advanced Western ideas in every the field. The governmental structures, the people's right, industries.
Yes, okay. My concern about this place slave. Okay, Greece era slave. This is man. Okay. Those Greece era, man and woman don't have both. Both.
In Edo area?
No, Greece.
Greece?
Greece.
Oh, okay.
Right of rights for both and men. And woman the child the same, but men is they have a citizen. Women they are not citizen. slave. And this one is very similar to Greece society.
Apparently, but when
So let me, why I'm talking that? Because all those issues is control for their freedom. Okay, man is they can do whatever they want, but woman, you cannot do whatever you want. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, you are restricted. This is restriction map, is it?
yes,
For woman.
yes, that's right.
But
But
they take them out. Is
but
why
I think
is my I'm studying history. Currently Democrat, okay. I'm doing my school as Democrat for a couple months already. But I get to know that let's see. Why women, okay, men do not try to equal right, equal obligation, whatever. Why women should be inferior than man in the history, right? Why they did like Edo era the same, how to control the woman, right? Why they did that? Japan is very much isolated from the world, so they themselves they think they themselves okay, how to treat women, right? Why they treated women for example, this simply just closed world. It's like Japanese people try to treat women as equal as man, but they didn't actually. Why they do that? Why a woman is inferior than man? This is actually physically inferior than man, right? You should not do this. You should not do this kind of very lot of restriction we gave her, right? Why
So,
they did that?
I don't say well I don't want to say the woman is inferior than men, but it was true that women was treated differently than men. But that differentiation was the situation of the differentiation between the men and the women was slightly different from the actual situation in Europe or maybe the Western countries. Yeah, of course, apparently there was the differentiation between the men
But
and the
Western
women.
countries are actually the Roman Empire or Greece citizenship treated women like the same. In the world, China is the same, and Korea is the same.
Yeah, so
and small-minded guy and woman is the same.
and one of the reasons why still that kind of differentiation existed in Japan, though Japan was isolated by the sea from other countries, but still we have the same looks same differentiation that was the nature of the human as the creatures of this on this globe.
I'm very curious, not Japan. China is the same, Confucius is the same, and Roman Empire is the same, Greece is the same, all over the world the same. Woman is not the same as man, right?
No.
Woman should be controlled, otherwise problem. What kind of problem they going to cause man? For example, British, still now, they have a lot of club, men's club. They not accept women to join, right? Why they do that?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
One of the big reasons is the difference in the aspect of the 生物学的って何て言うんだっけbiological difference. That is the common idea, I think. And one of the example in the context of the Toju's teachings of the woman is a jealousy. Or in other words, there was another word. He talked about 常識. But the Chinese character is different from the 常識 which we know right now. 常 is emotion. not always. So
More.
that one. So that and some people said the man is the what to say animal of the logic, and the woman is the animal of the emotion. So so his idea is the
Oh, by the way,
yes.
defense ministry is woman, right?
Mm.
It's caused a lot of problems, is it? Hmm?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, my
so
God.
even if we insist, and this we are in the age of the equality of the man and the woman, but still we cannot ignore the biological difference between the man and the woman, and that remains forever. So and especially talking about the beginning of the era, of course the education of the woman was not enough, so that difference was more clear
Okay,
for
one
the
more
people.
question. One more
Yes.
question. Why an Angela Merkel occupied dominant Europe? She's woman. Angela Merkel, German chancellor, right? She occupied
Oh.
Europe. Why she lead Europe?
Yeah. So biologically, I think the man and the woman's nature was different, but there is variety of the people. there is there are some people who really like a man, even
Oh,
if
okay.
they are the man. But the
More
woman.
closer to
Yes,
man's
yes,
kind of
yes.
hormone?
Maybe. So I think the Merkel is one of
Men.
the men-like woman, and also there is a woman-like a man. so so that we cannot draw the clear line between them, I think. But statistically, or roughly speaking, still we can separate in the aspect of the biological aspect. And we have to always care about the nature of each the groups. And right now, almost the same. But in the Edo era, the difference is more drastic, I think. But
You read this book, right? And you translate a lot of issues for his book, right? And how do you think? Is it still all issues effective for current Japanese people or Japanese women?
yes, after I read this book, my idea I slightly changed.
Change.
Yeah, before I read this book, there is a possibility to play a role in any situation, even if we are the man or woman. But at the same time, we have to think about the difference, and that always exists. That is my slight change after I read this book. We cannot ignore that issue because that issue is the most biggest issue because that came from our nature as a creature. So,
Nature of what?
as a creature,
Creature.
yeah. So, and also, I have to one thing to mention, and that is also the question of the Uno-san that the situation looks the same if we compare about our the medieval age of history in Japan and Western countries. Also, then
You said the medieval.
medieval age, the women were the I can say limited. But what did you say? The women, the situation was wrong. Women's situation uh, it was not good comparing with the situation of the men in the medieval age. Differentiated? Did you say that? But the actual, if we look into the real situation, the situation is slightly different from Japan and Western countries. because in the early early part of the Japanese speech, I explained about how the Western people looked at Japan at the end of the Edo era. There are so many foreigners visited Japan, and so many people wrote the book about they saw in Japan. One of the famous person is Alice Bacon. She also wrote a book about the life in Japan, and he or she hired the servant, a Japanese servant, when she stayed in Japan, and she wrote that always if she ordered something to her servant, always she did too much beyond she ordered. And that kind of situation always irritated her. But soon after, she realized that even if her servant did too much, but always soon after, she realized that what the servant did was right, comparing with what she ordered to servant. That means the servant always think about the real meanings or real mindset of or real the background of the order of the masters, Alice Bacon's, and always they think about the true meanings or true mindset of the masters. So that kind of situation never happened in Western countries. So
This is based upon education, right?
yes, yes. And also she also wrote about the situation or relationship between the master and servant in the Japanese the samurai's house. Even if the servant can talk to their masters like a friends.
Okay, I'm going back to my original question. My question was, is this effective for current women or not? Okay, behind the scene, my question is, especially for women, do we need to give them special education for them or not?
I think we need a special education for women.
Why you going to get criticized from women is discrimination, right?
Yeah, that will be
It's discrimination.
that will arise always and easily accused by the other side, so that we should be careful about talk about. But still, that is the most important issue, I think. And after the Meiji Restoration or after the World War II, we were too much, what can I say, idealized.
Okay, the other question I try to, I want more clarify your opinion. America is men is getting more payment than women, okay? And also they said that man and woman is 100% equal right. But actually no, okay?
No.
But global perspective, European people, or Indonesia, Malaysia, woman and man is completely 100% equal, right? In Japan, we try to, some try to consider the same way, but actually it doesn't, right? How do you think? How do you think? You read this and how do you think?
Yes, the current talking about the current situation, the idea of the Western countries, they always try to compare men and women on the same axis.
Same what?
Same axis.
Same what?
Same axis. Axis
Axis.
of the plan.
Same axis. What
Yeah,
do you mean?
and
Same axis?
or in other words, same scale. But fundamentally speaking, the men and the women is different and so that in a variety of the aspect, so that we have to evaluate both of us with the different scale. Or in other words, I can say, I like to say
Different scale, it means different measurement.
different measurement.
Measurement.
Because one of the big difference is only the woman can bear the, the, the baby. Men cannot. That is a very big difference.
Mm.
So eventually, so if the woman have to bear the children of the baby, so she has to suffer about that. And in the aspect of the career path in the company, eventually she have to take at least several days when she has to bear the kid, baby.
Oh,
And the period, the length of the period after they take for the rest of the after the bearing the baby was was different depending on the countries, but that is one of the big difference, and also that always affect to the build up of the building up of the career path of the woman. So, in other words, we or management people cannot compare in equally, 100% equally between men and women.
but America, whenever they get the baby,
Mm.
soon after, she can get
Mm.
get a job
Mm.
without any problem. But Japan is we cannot
Yeah.
do that.
So yeah, because from the aspect of the Western countries people, men and women should be equal in any situation. Even if she bear the baby, she have to what can I say えーっと return to the company as soon as possible. That is a fundamental idea, right? So that the woman really have to try to do the best effort and try to come back to their job. But here is a one opinion comments from the Japanese well-known world-known the person, Ogata Sadako. She said that women have the different career paths comparing with the men. That means women can be the what can I say can have or can do anything even after she finished her the role like growing up the children, taking care of the children, or maybe taking care of the parents. So that means the man and the woman has originally different career paths. That is her comments. So I 100% agree with her ideas. So, or in other words, she said the man and the woman have a different skill in the aspect of the career paths. So that so based on that idea, the company should not have to prepare the same career path both for men and women.
Okay, different aspect I have to disagree. Like a man,
Mm.
and he's a good-looking man.
Mm.
That clever, like intellectual knowledge or experience, whatever,
Mm.
he can get better position.
Mm.
He can get on a much, right?
Mm.
Can get on money, right?
Mm.
Woman, she is beautiful lady,
Mm.
good looking.
Mm.
She doesn't have any problem in her future,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
Right?
Mm.
Even she don't have any skill and anything else,
Mm. Mm. Mm.
right?
Mm.
I think this is a big difference, man and woman.
Yeah, that is also the big difference.
Right?
Yeah, I agree.
Current my son,
Mm.
he's very good looking guy,
Mm.
but nothing in his head. Okay, I told her if you see a girl,
Mm.
we don't have any problem. Like
Mm.
you, I told her,
Mm.
but he's nothing at all,
Mm.
right?
Yeah, I think that is one of the typical the factors.
This is, I'm trying to be very curious for because he's forgot a decision, right?
How that is one of the big difference between the man and the woman. So that I would like to say we have to measure men and the women with a different scale, and the direction of the measurement is maybe 90 degrees or so, not the same directions, or maybe opposite side, or maybe. But anyway,
As you know, Confucius said,
Mm.
small guy
Mm.
and woman, small guy and
Mm.
woman
Mm.
is very difficult to handle,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
You remember?
Yeah.
And many Confucius studying scholar,
Mm.
they just against those opinions.
Mm.
I believe this is true in his mind.
Mm.
Through in his mind, he
Mm.
tell that his mind is truth. Okay, small guy and woman, he thought is equal. Woman,
Mm.
equal. He thought, how do you think?
You mean small man and woman is equal?
No.
Huh?
Confucius said it's difficult to handle.
Yeah.
And always he just some kind of
Mm.
envy, and always he just try to take care of those people. Not easy, right?
Mm.
Confucius said.
Mm.
How do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that. Yeah. So the measurement for the men and the women is also totally different, and also how if we think about how different between the men and women. Again, as I said, the man is the creature of the logical thinking, and the woman is emotional thinking. So that if we compare the logical thinking creature and the emotional thinking creatures, we cannot predict the how they act based on the current situation.
Mm.
But women cannot be predict. It is unpredictable.
What do you mean? Okay, I can tell I can invite women for this like a kind of lecture because just only among men. Uh, I believe that we need to consider for how to handle women. This is one of the historically very important issue.
Mm.
Recently, kind of issue is neglected
Mm.
because man and woman equal, education is equal. We need to care about discrimination of women. So many people just try to keep the same human life, everything same equal to try to control women.
Mm.
But I think if you're going to in this world,
Mm.
if you're going to get well with women,
Mm.
or better life in the society or better life for family,
Mm.
you need to seriously consider what the difference is
Yes.
between men and women. And we need to we need to study what is woman. We need to ask them to what kind of study they should get.
Yeah, so I think the starting point is wrong. If we think about the current situation of education for men and women, the fundamental idea is the men and the women is the same. That is the starting point, and that is a wrong, most the wrong portion. And also, if I say something about that, that is also the fundamental idea of the communist.
What?
Communist.
Communist?
Communist.
Communist.
Because regardless of the abilities or the genders, every person are equal, ideally equal. That is a
you're
fundamental
talking about
idea of
communism.
communist.
Communism.
Communist.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
But that is wrong.
Mm.
And that kind of ideal equality doesn't exist in this real world.
Mm.
Everything was different.
Mm.
And the most different thing is a man and a woman.
Mm.
So that we have to start from the very basic idea that the man and the woman is different.
Mm.
But that doesn't mean the woman is not is the lesser than the man. But I like to say, men and women have to play their own role where they can, like I say, uh, well suited to the situation. Like, yeah, one of the very, very easy example is to carrying the heavy load. Maybe most of the case, men are good at to carrying the heavy load, but not good. It is tougher for the woman. But on the other hand, using the very delicate, the modest mindset to the other people and to taking care of other people, that is one of the good role for the woman. So in such a way, the man and the woman is different, and also the suitable situation for the role is also different. But that doesn't mean the discrimination, just different. And so eventually we have to start from that kind of fundamental principle, and also we try to complement each other. I can say, yeah, based on the role of both of us.
So I have a just easy question. So woman, no, man is more suitable for the top of the organization, like a president or prime minister or something like top of the something team. How about thing? What?
Generally speaking, yeah, yeah, roughly speaking, I think so. Yeah, because the man is living on the logic, and while the women living on the emotion. But in some cases, as I explained, like Merkel, like, there is of course the men like a women. So such kind of person can be the top of the nations or whatever. So that I don't deny that kind of a possibility of
But normally woman is not like that, right?
mm,
Normally.
So anyway, we can help each other. We should not run on the same track, but we can help each other in a different way. That is my idea. So that one of the misery is the idea started from the same men and women is the same, but actually no. So and the beyond that idea, the discrimination exists. Idea of the discrimination exists.
Okay. This is, I think, very important. By the way, going back to this issue,
Mm.
how do you think about this? Is he written for women, right?
Mm.
Also, this kind of book is adaptable for men.
Yeah, yes, of course. To know what kind of I should not say creature, but how should I say? Yeah, to know what kind of people the woman is, it is
My
this book.
question is this adapted for men?
So if men read this book, this is a very, very good book how to communicate with a woman, understanding about how the woman is going to pretend. And from the aspect of the woman, it is also, of course, the good book to know about their natures. And the only reason why the same kind of book dedicated for the man is again the difference between nature, logical people and emotional people. So yeah, talking about the love affair things, and if the woman asks some men to consult about her issues with her boyfriend, that man should not try to find the answer, but only what she have to do is to just hear the voice. If the person who think about in logical way, he of course try to find answers from her story, but the true mindset of her is not to ask him to find the solution, but she just would like to share the situation with her friends. So that kind of a difference exists. Okay, so going back to the main track, and this one is a general part, and so the women are supposed to be dutiful to husband and his parents. This is a woman's filial piety. And then God of heaven and the earth give blessing to such a woman. And eventually people love such a woman. And the hundred of fortune will be brought to families and the descendant. And on the other hand, God of heaven and the earth abandon such a woman, and any sort of the calamities will be brought. Then descendant will decline. So all of human nature possesses the bright virtue and innate Buddha nature. When we were born, and this is also called as a true mind, because it is the root of human nature. And the people love this true mind. Then mother-in-law naturally loved her daughter-in-law. This means the wife. And the wife also naturally. But suspicion of discriminating herself and family causes doubt to mother-in-law, and on the other, too much love of mother-in-law causes too much expectation to wife. Eventually, the gap of them becomes deeper and wider. So if something wrong in relationship with mother-in-law, wife can brought fortunes to family by practicing filial piety from the bottom of her mind. Can I make myself clear? I don't think my translation is good. All of the people, not men and women, husband and wife.
Last time I don't understand what it means. So if something wrong with relationship with mother-in-law,
So again, this chapter is, this category is dedicated for the relationship with mother-in-law, and this category shows how to solve the bad relationship between the mother-in-law and wife. And the result, the bottom line of this category is, okay, maybe most of the case, mother-in-law have an issue, and my wife also have issues. But which first have to try to solve the issue is wife. Even if the mother-in-law treated the wife very cruelly, but still the wife should trust mother-in-law, and wife have to practice the filial piety to the mother-in-law first, not complaining the cruelty of the mother-in-law. That is the bottom line, yes?
Sounds like patient.
Yeah, maybe patient. Yeah, this portion might be modified a little bit by adjusting the practical situation. So, but in this age, in this era, this was written in the middle of the at the end of the era, so that still the people's mind were not mature as well. So that currently, yeah, the slight modification may be necessary, I think. If we say the same thing to the modern woman, we will be soon punished. Yeah. Okay. So, and after that, there are several stories, but here I only picked up the two stories from category 1. Story 1 is like this. There are a farmer's wife in some village, and she complained to her husband that mother-in-law were too severe to her. One night, husband showed a sword to wife and asked her, "How do you think if I'm going to kill my mother with this sword?" And the wife answered, "Yes, I will be happy with that." Husband proposed to give 2 months postponement, and she agreed. 1 month later, husband asked wife about the mother's attitude to her, and the wife replied, "It is getting better a little bit." 1 more month later, husband again asked the wife. The wife replied, "Now we both of us are now truly frank and as if we are true mother and true child." Suddenly, husband drew a sword and said, "I gave you 2 months postponement. The primary reason why I got married was to practice filial piety to our parents and continuation of family. But fortunately, your 2 months effort finally brought love and grace." Uh, still, so this means the the reason why the husband prepared such a sword was to kill his wife after 2 months, if situation the improved. But luckily, situation was improved, and he explained. And
Why he said
Hmm?
the last part of I give you 2 months postponement because they already get acquaintance with each other, right? It's getting better, right?
Mm.
Why he said? Why he said?
If after the 2 months, if husband did not say nothing about the true meanings of preparation of the sword, But the preparation of the sword was actually not for her, not for his mother, but for for his the wife. Because the fundamental idea to getting marriage is to have the families, to have the children, to the continue the families. This is the fundamental ideas. And but luckily the situation improved, and there's no issues right now after 2 months. And at this moment, he explained the true meanings of the preparation of the sword to his wife. If situation would not be improved, he is going to kill, not his the mother, but his wife. And at this moment, the wife knew the true meanings or the real mindset of his of her husband.
Wife not the real mind.
Hmm?
But wife recognized it, then? Or wife apologized, husband. Now I'm getting
Yeah.
along with her.
Yeah. So that at this moment, after the 2 months, already situation is good. But after knowing the true mindset of the husband, she is going to try to more to practice the filial piety to
2 months
mother-in-law.
more. 2 months more.
No. After the 2 months, situation is good. But to make her practice from the bottom of her mind, husband explained about the true minds after the 2 months.
No, I don't know why he said more additional another 2 months. He said, yeah, this one. I gave you why another 2 months is postponed.
Which portion?
Oh, I gave means the past already passed.
Yeah, past. At the very first moment.
Okay.
Yeah. The reason why I put the 2 months postponement was not to wait to kill my mother, but to kill you. After 2 months, he explained.
To kill you.
And after the 2 months, that was the first moment the wife knew the true mindset of the husband. And she apologized to her husband, and she tried to practice the filial piety to the mother-in-law more than these 2 months.
I know the Chinese family. And going very well. They keep going. It's actually 100% is that any reason obedience to their parents. No excuse. Obedience to their parents. And this also telling this to the wife also need to follow on mother-in-law. This is actually in China they force them to do that. But, I have same experience before. This is ridiculous. Parent is why parent is so crazy, they're talking about what they should do this, they force us to do this, spend money for this sort of things, And man is managing family. But mother-in-law talking a lot of issues. But on the beach, So in China, wife should follow, or son should follow for her mother. And I always, for more than 30 years, I thought always on the beach. Right? It's ridiculous they're talking about.
Yeah.
Because mother usually they not very educated, and they focus on very short-sighted, and they are very much woman, very selfish, because they need money for herself. They want to eat something what she wants, bullshit, you know. He's patient. But mother is always the same.
Mm.
My second wife mother and third wife mother the same.
Mm.
But she followed her always.
Mm.
Right? Like a mother-in-law is older for me. Bullshit, right? How do you think?
So,
China is,
yeah,
you know, is different from Japan.
So,
The
so that
parents
the
is
story, example
much more
story,
important.
yeah, example stories were originally included in the Chinese book, so that they surely read, I think, the same stories in the Tekikitsuroku. But again, the interpretation is different between Chinese.
Yeah, of course.
and
But
Japanese.
I listen.
Mm.
I listen to your, you know, that's his story.
Mm.
But even in Japan, okay. So, for example, my mother is very, very, very educated and very, very mature. In this case, no problem. Maybe wife is going to follow her. Like not always like that, right? And usually, woman is typically not educated, right? It's sort of,
You know, the original Tekikitsuroku did not say the woman or wife should obey, only obey the mother-in-law. But there is another aspect exists. If woman becomes the mother-in-law, if she becomes in this position, still there is the rules. If you becomes the mother-in-law, you should do this to your daughter-in-law. Both sides exist. So
daughter-in-law.
yeah, so daughter-in-law means the wife from the viewpoint of the mother-in-law. So that there is a two aspect, not only one direction.
But I tell you, okay, this is the same problem in Japan. Okay, same problem in Japan. I know Japanese family the same, and parents live with me, my parents live with me, and wife country, and they got problem, right? I understand. And in Japan they have always problem, but you know, this is wife should follow my mother's, you know, opinion or some their thought or some order.
In looking at Japanese history, that kind of a I don't think that kind of severe relationship between the mother-in-law and the wife are not common, I think. Yeah, of course there are some of them exist, but not like in China. In the situation of Japan is totally, I think, different. Because same with the interpretation of words of the Confucius in the Analects, we Japanese try to interpret as what can I say, as accurate as the
I know the accurate as possible, right? But this kind of story is Japan is the same, and even now many families live with their parents, and wife have some patience for husband, mother, right? But usually woman, anyway, mother-in-law, whatever, whoever, but two women are different person, right? Different person. This cannot do well, right? Can do well, do well.
Yeah. That is the starting point of this discussion.
Men is they try to cooperate with each other, so they can get together. In the case of different families, men, but women cannot do well.
Yes, and Nakai Toju mentioned about that and clearly. He said that that kind of the feelings that we are different is he called the kyakushin, the discrimination of the mindset. Because naturally it is natural because both of two persons there's no physical relationship originally. That is a starting point. And that is the most important, most difficult the issues. So that to overcome this mindset, there are such kind of explanation. So even if you and your mother-in-law are different, that is of course. But once you get married, please think about your husband, parents, who is your true parents.
Okay, my question is, as Ira,
Mm.
how are they going to do well with the mother-in-law like this? You should patient.
I think so. So again, I only explained about the one story yet, and there are always two aspects. And this story is only from the aspect of the wife, but there are other aspects of the story exist. So can I continue?
Oh, of course.
Okay. So the story two is like this. In some village, three brothers lived together, and they decided to take after their mother daily in turn. One day, person A, one day, or one day family A, one day family B, one day family C, like that, daily, day by day. And but their wives were all the snappy and cruel, so they often skipped dishes, for example. And their mother deplored and tried to throw herself. One day, suddenly became dark and thundered. Three of wives transformed into a dog, a pig, and a cow with a human head. People of the village took warning from this event. Also, they were drawn as a paint and were distributed all over the nation.
I don't understand this story. One day suddenly people
Mm. So, talking about the situation, there are the brothers, three brothers. All three have their own wife and lived together, and with the brothers' mother. And of course, even if the brothers decided like this to take care about their mothers in turn, the actual work done by their wives. Okay, and after the each the after the husband went out to the farm to like a cultivating or something, and who care about the mother-in-law
What
is
is mean skip dishes? What is it?
ah the wife did not prepare the like a breakfast, lunch, or dinner food. Sometimes, often they skipped.
And try to slow herself into herself.
And eventually, the mother became sad, and she tried to kill herself,
Oh, kill herself.
suicide herself. And after that, the one day, the sky became dark and thundered. And after that, those three wives formed into dog, a pig, and a cow. But still, the head remained as ever. So such kind of situation happens. And people look at this situation, and these people get a message from heaven. If they do the same thing, they get the same penalty from heaven. And also, the situation is so the weird, so that some people paint
okay.
this
Understood.
situation and print it and distribute it to the all over the nation. This one is the second story. The story is very, very simple and maybe a kind of fantasy story, but mm.
あれです。many places, man and woman, big difference is big mind, small mind. Okay? Confucius said woman is small mind, man is big mind, like cosmos, like a simple being. Woman never think of a simple being, a small thing. And they reluctant to help the other people. Okay? And they reluctant to share food or something like money. Money is cooperate with the other people, right? Not prosperity. But woman is not like that. Her herself, so selfish, right? Only her children and her herself. Some cases she forget her husband. Okay, I'm her herself. Sort of things women hide, right? So this is talking about this. And usually majority of women like that. Not all of them. This story, right? Very difficult. Very difficult. This is a extraordinary case, but usually those kind of cases happen. Like if you're going to buy like cake, something like that, bring back home, but she tried to give it to her son, but she tried not to give it to the other one. This is often happen. And even in some cases she tried not to give it to her husband. Okay, she herself eat it and give it to her son, but not her husband. So things happen.
Yeah, and talking about they're thinking about the situation between the real stepchild and real child. So same things so often happens.
I don't do that, but the woman will do that.
So even if the woman or people treat it evenly, but still for example, stepchildren or mother-in-law feels.
This story is very interesting, but it means typically I think Confucius said she is true, and men's world, we can include women, ask them to. Oh, by the way, do they have the same education examination system for women? Only men, right? Not for women. So just government officials is only men. Women.
No.
Women, right? In Chinese government.
Situation in China or Japan?
No, China is education system.
In China, almost 100% for men.
Men, right?
But in Japan, not only during the Edo era, but including Kamakura, starting from a Kamakura period era, there are chances not only for men but for the women to learn something. But of course, the education system is very, very simple and simple. So that only the elementary school level exists for the ordinary people's education. But
by the way, Edo era, you said some schools more higher level or like top level of the school. Are there women who study there? No.
I don't have an example who
サンソール学問
could
所
go
さん
up to the very, very high level, but I think there should be. Yeah, I think there is an example. Maybe very few, but yeah.
最初で
Yeah, I think so.
うん
So that, yeah, of course, there are several difficulties for women, but there is not so strong the limitations. Mm. But that kind of situation is almost the same with not with Western countries. So, relatively speaking, the situation was better than the Western countries, I think. Still, there are possibility for the women to learn more. Okay. So, the next part is for the reward of the preserving chastity and betraying the husband. So this one is the most uh, okay deep, different issue and taboo issue. I don't know much experience like Uno-san, but how do you think?
What do you mean? At the you should get married again? If they don't have-
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna explain first. Woman preserving chastity and women are preserving chastity when they are absolutely honest and not to become a slave of passion and never get married again, even if they become widows. So if women are completely honest, then they can preserve chastity and not to become the slave of passion. Because a woman is the animal of the passion. um, so that's why often the woman will be affected by any kind of a passion, like love affairs. And if once the woman get married and if husband died, that woman have to keep uh, this thing, woman should not marry with other men, even if she becomes a widow. And on the other hand, betraying a husband is an opposite of preserving chastity. Despising their husband, loving other men, and prurient is betraying a husband. ちょっと休憩です。
これ、ウーマンを、面に変える必要は変えなくて大丈夫。
そうなんですよね。
面はいいだと思うんですけど。
この時代は良かったんですよね。
ああ。
要は、必ずしも一妻制ではなかったからですね。天使は 12人、諸校は8人、地タイプは4人、なんだっけ、もう一個上が2人、普通の人は1人、みたいな。だからそういうのがあって、で、まあ必ずしもそのルールを守ってたわけではないんですけど、妾がいることは当たり前の状況があったので、So, yeah, okay, Uno-san is back, so going back to the main track. And this part is the most important and also the always regarded as a taboo issue. And Takahashi-san asked me that, yeah, we should not replace the women to the man in about this context, the sentences. And yeah, that is true that men also have the same kind of situation, I guess. But thinking about the situation of medieval age, one of the big reasons why the people have to have the family is to have children and to continue the families. That is a big the objective of having the family. So that naturally, the responsibility for that, depending on the man and the woman, is different. So, yeah, at this moment, it cannot be accepted well. But in this era, sometimes men are allowed to have more than one the woman other than the main wife.
Oh, you mean in the history, any kind of world they have a concubine.
Yeah.
Concubine. This is popular. Not after World War II. Before World War II, all over the world they have a concubine. If they have married. Take care of another family. Men is capable, but woman is difficult to sustain kind of situation. I don't know why. Maybe woman is very careful, small mind. Man is big mind, so they can sustain several families.
Yeah.
Concurrently.
That's right.
But woman cannot sustain both men.
That's right. This issue is a very strong relationship with again the biological aspect of the human. Because
Woman's case cause problem if she has another man. Men's case is no problem. Even she got several women concurrently, it doesn't make a problem. He is going to share his love, but woman cannot do that. Right? If she loves this one, but she can love this one. So it's not the same time she can love. This is a problem.
Yeah.
Or only just see the plane, it's the maybe Japanese plane, and picking up guide, that's only plane, there's no problem. But she can love at the same time for two men. The woman's problem. This is what
and some people say that the difference of the love between the men and the women is the love of the man is the adding the file into the same folders. And in the case of the woman love is the replacing the file every time.
So if she is single, okay, in the case she is depending on the type of woman, and if she is single, some woman or many women, maybe copying many men, including sex or doing something whatever. And this is she is depending on who she is, but she can love at the same time for two men. Men is it can same time three people, no problem. This is the difference between men and women.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
Yes. So that of course there might be the men version of this the topics, but depending on the situation and the
Okay,
age.
so for man version in this case, if you're going to look for additional woman, you should have money. Result you should have money. Or some cases, my
Yeah,
friend,
that's right.
my, as you know, my skating friend,
Mm.
he told me his earning is
Mm.
not so
Mm.
certain level month,
Mm.
so she can
Mm.
make a baby,
Mm.
right?
Yeah. So that's why when you go to restroom, I talk to the Sazabe-san that in the idea of the Confucianism, the emperor can have more than 12 wives at the same time, and the minister can have 8.
Already,
Yes, that kind of number fixed.
number of his money he got from government.
That's right. That's right. So the reason why the higher the position person can have more wife is they got more salaries. That's it. So only the
For example, so if you're going to ask question, if you have money, okay, you know, ask me, if you're going to have money, do you have another wife? My answer is no, no, thank you, because it's too much for me. What this means is, you know, you have 2 families, you're going to another family, back and forth, right? No, it's very hard, tough for them. But if you're going to a Muslim or this person have and the third family, what he's doing every day, he's going to visit another family, it's too much for him.
the reason why it is tough work if you have more than 2 families is you try to have more two, 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 two houses for each.
そうあなたお茶力するのお茶合うの
So that there's no problem if you decide your mind to live together under the same sea.
Okay, this move. That's next.
Okay. Hi. Okay. The story 1 of the category 2. The story is like this. For a long time ago, there was a young widow in some village. So beautiful she was. Many people in higher position tried to get married with her. Finally, the Lord tried to order her to attend court service and sent an imperial messenger. She refused the order. She said to preserve chastity is to preserve chastity is women's virtue and the root of the life. If I accept the order, I will be very near dead, even if I serve at the court alive. I'd like to have an approval to kill myself now, but it is pitiful because I have young children. The woman, she picked up a mirror and a knife. She cut off her nose. The Lord deeply impressed her mindset. Not only he allowed her to be as ever, but also awarded the name to her.
What do you mean awarded the name?
The emperor sent her the very special name.
Awarded name is special name.
Special name.
Ranking name.
Yes, like that. Yes.
Okay, I understand.
And here is the picture. This one is a beautiful young widow. She had a knife on her hand and the mirror here. So she cut off her own nose. Very severe. Yes, and this is the end of today's presentation.
Okay, no problem. This is very clear.
So that still we have 5 categories.
You planning to make all of you?
Yes. So next.
You prepare this one in English? You prepare? You wrote it?
Yeah, because I could not find the English version of the Kagami-gusa
Oh, it's good.
anywhere. So I tried to translate. But the brief translation one by one.
How do you think the last one? Last story. How do you think? Kaka knows. How do you think?
I think.
Chastity. How do you think this chastity?
This one is one of the very good example, which the example about a woman who can control herself beyond her nature. Her nature means beyond her passions as a woman.
I know several women like this. She lost her husband when she was young.
Mm.
And 100% she is going to get mental disease. 100%. Mental disease when
without
she lost her husband
Mm.
at early age.
Oh,
And including my wife, and my friend is they got mental disease. 100%. Men is no. But some cases yes. But usually men is more strong mind, so they can fix easily. But women cannot recover. So she cannot forget the former husband. But this one is, she said, I can get the message to me. One is she don't want to go the other men, concubine or wife or whatever. She don't want to do because she cannot forget former husband. The second is she has mental disease. Usually serious mental disease. She will have husband who lost her husband.
You mean the reason why she cut off her nose was already because of the mental disease at this moment already?
Two reasons. Mental disease or she cannot forget former husband. But she don't want to. At that time, she at this age, medieval age, she cannot agree or disagree. She's going to unknown man, right? The husband or concubine, whoever. But she don't want to do it. She cannot forget husband or she has sick some mental disease. Both reasons she has.
Or maybe she had a very
Or like my wife,
Mm.
and I just already 5 years, but first 2 or 3 years she cannot forget from her husband. She never tell me, but she can forget her husband. And so still, very recently she was going to graduate. Last just 1 year before I got officially I got married to her. And since then she was to graduate, she was married. But she usually widow can forget from her husband. When she lost his husband at the early age. And also I know the other person, the same. And she also lost her husband. She has mental disease. Very serious mental disease she has. Serious.
Yes.
Oh, it means those kind of women hate men. You understand this one. But take notes, you cut notes? No, I don't understand. Usually she never do that. Woman is sort of thing mean kill herself with the same kill herself even she has small child. Children. Maybe.
Yeah. So today I could not only explain about two categories, but this book is a very nice book about to learn how different we are to how different men and women. So, but at the same time, very dangerous book from the aspect of a feminist. Some of them will accuse this is a discrimination of a woman.
Yeah, I think that you just good point. My just good point means nobody, recent people, never seriously consider what the differences between man and woman, right? And they think equality we should consider, but this is not true. So men should recognize what the difference is, man and women. So recently, young or middle age or old person, they don't consider what the difference, man, woman, what the special character do they have. They don't consider. That's the reason why family cannot going well. Right?
Yeah.
If you want to doing well with your girlfriend, your wife, you need to consider what's the difference among us.
Yeah, after I finished to read this book, I really would like to discuss with my wife.
Yeah?
Yeah, to discuss about current situation.
Human is different. I did know that. I wrote book just great learning, based on great learning. Why you try to control your family first? If you try to get your self-training, so you attain your self-training, you first of all you get well with your wife, of course. And you get well with your family, you keep family happy, then you can get more better position in your society. Right?
That's right.
But
The
I
family-
didn't know that. So recently I get to know very seriously.
Yeah, organizing the family well directly affect to the situation of the country, nation.
Why is reason is even different animal?
That is one of the important topics, but I think we should focus on, based on the result or the fact that we are men and women is different, and thinking about how to move forward together is our mission, I think.
Yeah, but your point is very good. You focus on the Asian people or old people, what they're thinking about. It's very important that we try to reconsider what we should do, what you need to consider, right?
Yeah,
It's
right.
very important.
Yeah, so I can give you one information that you cannot buy the new book of this right now.
Why?
You cannot, because this was not sold in the bookstore. Only the used one sold on the marketplace, maybe the used
this is the
bookstores.
old one.
Yes, but actually this version was published in 1989, just 29 years ago. But after that, the new one was not published. There is some kind of reason why this kind of book was not
I tell you,
published.
nobody never read this book, sort of old book, right? And I'm going to publish Democracy this month book. But I tell you, 100% for sure, nobody read it.
Yeah, because even if the topics is democracies, still we need the background knowledge about what we learned.
And if you're going to look for democracy in the internet, and many scholars like democracy, they lots of words, many words. It's very difficult to understand because nobody read it. So those scholars writing down, oh my God, this is very difficult to read.
So I think this is just one idea that if we can have the modern version of Kaganigusa, adjusting the content to the current context, that will be the nice book for both of us, men and women, to make our world happy. But still, our idea is contaminated by communism, abstract equality. So we should stand on the fact that
Can't find it. Can't find it.
Kaganigusa.
Can't find it.
Fortunately, luckily, we can download the PDF or EPUB version of
Oh, I find it here.
Tojo Denshu.
This is the same.
Yeah. So I bought from this marketplace.
これはsame.
This one is just maybe 100 yen or so.
100 yen?
Very, very cheap. Very, very, very good book, I think. So that's the next, time. I like to
Oh, this
finish.
one is very old.
Hmm?
1939.
Ah,
39.
This one.
so maybe interesting if we think about
Oh,
the
ranking is 788,000. Worse than my book.
So not only the Kagami-gusa, but also all other the book. Once our ancestors, every ancestors read were almost obsolete. So,
Oh, they are saying 10 books.
Mhm.
10 books.
Mm. And one of the such kind of book is the Okinamondo. Yeah, I happened to find the latest version, which was just published last month. But until that moment, I tried to read the old version, which I downloaded from the digital
Oh,
library.
yours is more expensive. 1989.
Hmm.
3,000 yen.
I did not pay such a high price, I think.
This one is before World War II. It's more cheaper. But most expensive one is 13,000.
Wow.
Why is this expensive?
Generally speaking, Tojo Sensei's old book is very expensive.
Oh, might be this first printing.
Maybe. And I personally would like to buy the Tojo Zenshu, but very expensive. Tojo Zenshu also, of course, included Kagami-gusa and also the many letters which was exchanged between Tojo Sensei and other friends or so. So it is also good the materials to know the background of the Tojo Sensei's the ideas.
Not Kindle.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so 10 more minutes, but Takashi-san, do you have any question about
Let's
today's
go to next.
education, today's the session?
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. So next time I also would like to continue and finish the Kagami-gusa, and possibly I'd like to move to the Onna Daigaku of Kaibara Eiken.
Okay, let's go to next.
Okay, Takashi-san, thank you very much, and we will be back on 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
そう。このまま繋いどいていいんですか？わかりました。
最後、まあ、午後いるのか
何すか
7月と何日だ
いいよね。
22？明日はあれがあるからな。本がね、5冊しかないんですよ。
あ、もう5冊印刷したんです
追加注文してんのね。で、それがだから、まだ来ない。 こう落として割っちゃったんだよ
ひどいですね、そ
ね。
れ。
でもこの秋に出るって言ったらさ、俺あんまり使ってないから、携帯で。時々なんかこのタッチ
次も iPhone ですか？
うん、iPhone 8はこの秋出るんだって、
ああ、そうなんですね。待った方がいいですね、
そういうふうに言ってました。皆さん。
表紙はなんかその、同じ奥さんとのあれか、なんか全部同じんですかね。
何よ、そういう同じなの？
最近、続けざまに出てるやつは。
僕の本？
うんうん。
あ、違う、なぜ同じなのかって言ったらさ、実践編と理論編の、だから、両方にこれも、あなたもらった？
はい、これいただきました。はい。今日は、また、ちょっと、ここすいません、別件があってですね。
あとお昼は？
お昼はちょっと失礼をして、出版記念、パーティーの時にちょっと失礼を。
食べるの？
お昼一緒食べます。
で、夜戻ってくるの？
はい。6時前には
じゃあ午後いないのね。どうしよう、荷物は置いとくの？
あ、そうか、置いとくか。カバンだけ持っていくから、そしたら。一回こっちに持って、こっちにいいかな。どこに持って池袋。
池袋
置いてったらみんな。
いや、
だって夜この近くだ。
あそこのいつもの中華。
ここ一回来てさ、そこから出てると。
こんなのいいね。
だけど午後ね、あれ来るの。大橋だ。
青橋さんの方から来るんですか？
飲み会を引火してるよ。あれさっき来てなかったのに飲み会が来てるみたいな。
大橋さんは土曜日あんまり。
土曜日は来たことない。初めて。
まだ早い。12時半ぐらい。
金じゃないと思ったの。気がついたと思う。遅いですよね。そりゃそうだよね。そりゃそうですよね。これはあれだな。
もうエドのだけかな。
いや、大橋君。
あ、そうか。
あ、これ、止めないとダメなんだ。
あ、録画してたんですか？
うん。
ああ、
これね、難しいんだよね。どうやって止めんだっけな。
それは。電子ボタンなんですか？
ないんだよ。あるんだ。あったあった。